Alright guys, so here's today's project. I have got to get this organized and cleaned up. It has just become a complete mess, and with some of the projects I've been working on lately, it's just, you see, I've got stuff on the floor down there that have kind of gone under my feet. I have that needs to be sorted. Most of those are like magazines and, things like that. I mean, my ribbons are all over the place. It is just, and my kids are watching TV behind me. So they've got a couple of their toys here. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So I'm going to work on this today. This is my big project. When it's all put together, I will be back and share with you what I accomplished. Thanks. Bye. Okay, everyone, so here it is, all cleaned up and organized as, best as I can today. So, as you saw earlier, I had things all over the floor and big piles everywhere, and everything was a mess. So, yeah, so this is actually going to be a little bit more functional. I had this in my basement, so I brought this up, and I've done some reorganizing. So I moved the tote that I had there over to here. Those boxes I have to take down to the basement, but otherwise, I got my papers all reorganized here. Moved a couple albums out of the way. My boxes that are storing things like stamps and ink pads and things like that. That little tote, I keep things like adhesives. Adhesives are all in here. I had all my clear stamps in there, and I've changed it now. I've got my distress inks. This one I haven't really done much with. This is all my little jars, so alcohol inks and stickles and glitters and things like that. So, and then then my little boxes here. This one had the distress inks in it, and so now it's changed. It now has. I took all the up here. I had earlier. I had a bunch of the bottles of, what do you call them? Sorry, the Starburst sprays. And so I moved those off of the top, and I put those in that empty box now that I took my distress inks and put them in here. Otherwise, and then the ribbons that I had on the bookshelf earlier, I moved those. My little carry tote is still there. All of that's pretty much stayed the same. Those jars tend to move. I have a place in my bedroom where I keep them if I need to move them out of the way completely. My Copics, which I've repurposed an old bicycle basket to hold my Copics for the time being, since it's the winter and my kids aren't riding bicycles right now. And my daughter's still on a tricycle, so she doesn't actually have a bicycle to put it on. So, yeah, and then a couple of, the papers are here, and then that's that new little tote thing that I have. My little portable one, my cutters. So, yeah, there we go. And then I got this finally reorganized. This one actually used to belong up there, and that's where I'd like to keep it, except that when I do videos, this is the only tripod I have, so it's really, really short. So in order to be able to not be so close with flips, you can't get too close or it gets blurry, I have to set it up here. So this is the only thing I found that's tall enough and sturdy enough that I can put up that holds the camera. So that's why that's there, but eventually I'd like to move that and get a longer tripod. And then I reorganized this, so now things, and I actually found space. This thing was jam-packed earlier, and all I did was move a few things around, and now all of a sudden I actually have room. Like this wasn't in here before. I kept that underneath. I still need a container for the bling. I've gotten to the point now where I actually need a container to put that in. And then underneath, those baskets hold, the one on the left holds punches. This one holds envelopes and note cards and tapes and, mini chipboard albums, blank ones, that kind of thing. And then there's my Big Shot. That's a postage scale there in the middle. I use that for if I do have an Etsy shop, which I haven't updated in a really long time, but I use that for postage. And then that little box under there has Glimmer Mist and a couple other paints and things like that. So anyway, so all straightened up, and then those two down there, those are my scraps. The clear one is pattern paper scraps, and then the one here is cardstock scraps. And I have that all organized by color. I keep them close because I use them all the time. I try to go to my scraps before I do anything else. All right, so there you go, all cleaned, all organized, ready for the next project, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks, bye.